and welcome to Lillian Osborne Presents EURYDICE. I'm Brooke Hodson.
And I'm Matthew Blackwell. We are both the directors for the performance you are about to watch. It has been over a year since not only our school doors, but our theater doors closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This resulted in our two shows, Legally Blonde and Almost Maine, being shut down last year, although we were pretty lucky to be able to get our production of The Theory of Relativity completed and filmed and released. You can check that performance out by going to lohs.ca/A Better World.
Although this impacted our students and their ability to perform, this year we were determined to do what artists do best, come up with a creative compromise. So with unexpected lockdowns, shutdowns, quarantines, you name it, we took every challenge and we met it head on. We're excited to tell you that this is not only a show that's led by your teacher directors, but also by our passionate advanced acting students as well as our technical theater students.
Advanced Acting is a new course this year, and we had a great number of students interested in telling the story of Eurydice. Many students on our stage have also been involved in other aspects of the design of this show, including a great original score by Dea, who's part of one of our casts, and which we also had remixed by our digital music students here at Lillian Osborne. The show was designed by our theater technician, Chris Dela Cruz, but with additional design in lighting and costume designs and set and props by our tech theater students, who are also running this whole show from stage management to costume changes to set changes. They're killing it. Today's show is being presented to you from 3 different cameras that are operated by 3 student videographers. And it's actually also being edited live by yours truly. This way, we're able to stay as close as possible to a live performance, bringing the stage to you in your living room or wherever you're watching this. Check it out. Here's what it looks like behind the scenes. Boom! That's what I'm looking at. Whenever this show's going on, I'm editing between all these different angles.
This would be a great time to say a big thank you to the amazing parents of our student performers. Thank you for allowing your children to do crazy rehearsals within your own homes during spouts of online learning, as well as driving your children to and from rehearsal, especially during those late night days or even on the weekends.
Before we start the show, we would like to acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory, a traditional meeting grounds, gathering place, and traveling route to the Cree, Saulteaux, Blackfoot, Métis, Dene, and Nakota Sioux. We acknowledge all the many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people whose footsteps have marked these lands for centuries.
Without further ado, we proudly present to you Eurydice. Enjoy the show.
those birds? For me? Thank you. And the sea. Now. It's mine already. Wow. Surely not the sky and the stars too. That's very generous. Perhaps too generous? Thank you. What are you thinking about? Music. How can you think about music? Rather hear it or you don't.
I'm hearing it then.
Oh. You read a book today?
Did you?
Yes, it was very interesting.
That's good.
Don't you want to know what it was about?
Of course.
Well, there were stories about people's lives. How some come out well and others come out badly.
Do you love the book?
Yes, I think so.
Why?
Because it can be interesting to see if other people, like dead people who wrote books, agree or disagree with what you think.
Why?
Because it makes you a larger part of the human community. It had very interesting arguments.
And arguments that are interesting are good arguments?
Well, yes.
I didn't know an argument should be interesting. I thought it should be right or wrong.
Well, these particular arguments were very interesting.
Maybe you should make up your own thoughts instead of reading them in a book, huh?
I do. I do think of my own thoughts.
I know you do. I love how you love books. Don't be mad. I wrote you a song too.
Did you?
Yep. It's not interesting or not interesting. It just is.
Will you sing it for me?
It has too many parts.
Let's go in the water.
Wait! Remember this melody.
I'm bad at remembering melodies. Why don't you remember it?
I have 11 other ones in my head, making for a total of 12. You have it?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's hear it.
Da 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 da. Da da dee da 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 da.
Pretty good. The rhythm's a little off. Here, pop it up.
Is that right? I don't need to know about rhythm. I have my books.
Don't books have rhythm?
Kind of. Let's go in the water.
Will you remember my melody under the water?
Yes, I will always remember your melody. It will be imprinted on my heart like wax.
Thank you.
You're welcome. When are you going to play me the whole song?
When I get 12 instruments.
And where are you going to get 12 instruments?
I'm going to make each strand of your hair into an instrument. Your hair will stand on end as it plays my music and fly you up into the sky. How about that?
I don't know if I want to be an instrument.
Why?
Won't I fall down when the song ends?
That's true. But the clouds will be so moved by your music that they will fill up with water and become heavy, and you'll sit on one and fall gently back down to earth. How about that?
Okay.
It's settled then.
What is?
Your hair will become my orchestra, and I love you.
I love you too.
How will you remember?
That I love you?
Yes.
That's easy. I can't help it.
You never know. I better tie a string around your finger to remind you.
Is there a string at the ocean?
I always have string in case I come upon a broken instrument.
No, it's fine.
There. Now you remember.
That's a very particular finger.
Yes.
You're aware of that.
Yes.
How aware?
Very.
Orpheus, are we?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yes, I think so.
You think so?
I wasn't thinking. I mean, yes, just yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes! May our lives be full of music!
Maybe you could get me another ring. A gold one. Put over the string one, you know?
Whatever makes you happy. You still have my melody?
It's right here. What are you thinking about?
Music. I'm kidding. I was thinking about you. And music.
Let's go in the water. I'll race you.
I'll race you.
I'll race you. I'll race you. I'll race you.
Dear Eurydice, a letter for your wedding day. There is no choice of any importance in life but the choosing of a beloved. I haven't met Orpheus, but he seems like a serious young man. I understand he's a musician. If I were to give a speech at your wedding, I would start off with one or two funny jokes, and then I might offer some words of advice. I would say, cultivate the arts of dancing and small talk. Everything in moderation. Court the companionship and respect of dogs. Grilling a fish or toasting bread without burning requires singleness of purpose, vigilance, and steadfast watching. Keep quiet about politics, but vote for the right man. Take care to change the light bulbs, and continue to give yourself to others, because that is the ultimate satisfaction in life. To love, accept, honor, and help others. That's for me. Well, this is what it's like being dead. The atmosphere smells, and there are these strange, high-pitched noises like a tea kettle always boiling over. But it doesn't seem to bother anyone, and for the most part, there's a pleasant atmosphere. You can work and socialize much like at home. I'm working in the business world, and it seems that here you can much better see the far-reaching consequences of your actions. Also, I'm one of the few dead people who still remembers how to read and write. That's a secret. If anyone finds out, you might put me in the river again. I write you letters. I don't know how to get them to you. Love, your father.
I hate parties. And a wedding party is the biggest party of all. All the guests are arriving, and Orpheus is in the shower. He's always in the shower when the guests arrive, so he doesn't have to greet them. Then I have to greet them. A wedding is for daughters and fathers. All the mothers dress up, trying to look like young women, but a wedding is for a father and a daughter. They stop getting married to each other on that day. I always thought there'd be more interesting people at my wedding.
Are you a homeless person?
No.
Oh. I'm on my way to a party where there are really very interesting people. Would you like to join me?
No, I just left my own party.
You were giving a party and you just left?
I was thirsty.
You must be a very interesting person to leave your own party like that.
Thank you.
You mustn't care at all what other people think of you. I always say that's a mark of a really interesting person, don't you?
I guess.
So would you like to accompany me to this interesting affair?
No, thank you. I just got married, you see.
Oh, lots of people do that.
That's true. Lots of people do.
What's your name?
Eurydice.
Eurydice.
Goodbye, then.
Goodbye. Dear Eurydice. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Till I come marching home. I'm warm. Are you warm?
Yes.
I'm gonna go get a drink of water.
Don't go.
I'll be right back.
Promise?
Yes.
I can't stand to let you out of my sight tonight.
So good. Oh, you're still here.
Yes. I forgot to tell you something. I have a letter addressed to Eurydice. That's you. From your father.
That's not possible.
He wrote down some thoughts for your wedding day.
Let me see.
I left it at home. It got delivered to my elegant high-rise apartment by mistake.
Why didn't you say so before?
You left in such a hurry.
From my father.
Yes?
You're sure?
Yes.
I knew he'd done something.
It'll only take a moment. I live around the block. What an interesting dress you're wearing.
Thank you.
Eurydice! Eurydice! Voila.
You're very high up.
Yes, I am.
I feel a little faint.
It'll pass.
So, where's the letter?
But isn't this an interesting building?
It's so high up.
Yes.
There's no one here. I thought you were having a party.
I like to celebrate things quietly with a few other interesting people. Don't you? Would you like some champagne?
Maybe some water.
Water it is. Make yourself comfortable.
I can't stay long. I can see my wedding from here. People are so small. They're dancing. There's Orpheus. He's not dancing.
So, who's this guy you're marrying?
His name is Orpheus.
Orpheus. A very interesting name. I've heard it before.
Maybe you've heard of him. He's quite famous. He plays the most beautiful music in the world, actually.
I can't hear you.
So, the letter was delivered here? Today?
That's right.
From the post.
It was mysterious. Voila. So, Eurydice, tell me one thing. Name me one person you find interesting. Why? Just making conversation.
Right. All the interesting people I know are dead or speak French.
Well, I don't speak French, Eurydice.
I'm sorry, there's no letter, is there?
Of course there's a letter. It's right here. Eurydice, I'm not interesting, but I'm strong. You could teach me to be interesting. I would listen. Orpheus is too busy listening to his own thoughts. There's music in his head. Try to pluck the music out and it bites you. I'll bet you had an interesting thought today, for instance. I bet you're always having the way you tilt your head to the side and stare.
Oh no, I feel dizzy all of a sudden. I want my husband. I think I better go now.
You're free to go whenever you like.
I know. I think I'll go now, in fact. I'll just take my letter first, if you don't mind.
Relax.
Goodbye.
Wait, Eurydice, don't go. I love you.
Oh no.
You need to get yourself a real man. A man with broad shoulders like me. Orpheus has long fingers that would tremble to pet a bull or pluck a bee from a hive.
How do you know about my husband's fingers?
A man who can put his big arm around your little shoulders as he leads you through the crowd. A man who answers the door at parties. A man with big hands, with big stupid hands like potatoes. A man who can carry a cow in labor. My lips were meant to kiss your eyelids. That's obvious.
Close your eyes then. It's his handwriting.
Of course it is.
Goodbye.
Wait, don't do that. You'll trip.
Orpheus!
We are a chorus of stones. I'm a little stone.
I'm a big stone.
And I'm a loud stone.
We are all stones. We live in the land of the dead, with the dead people.
Eurydice was a great musician. Orpheus was his wife.
Orpheus was a great musician. Eurydice was his wife. She died.
Then he played the saddest music. Even we,
The
stones, cried when we heard it. Oh, look, she's coming to the land of the dead now.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, we might say, poor Eurydice.
but stones don't feel bad for dead people.
Eurydice wants to speak to you, but she can't speak your language anymore. She talks in the language of the dead people now. It's a very quiet language.
Like if the pores on your face opened up and wanted to talk.
Like potatoes sleeping in the dirt.
Pretend you understand her, or she'll be embarrassed.
Yes. Pretend for a moment that you understand the language of the stone.
Listen to her the way you went to your own daughter if she died too young and tried to communicate with you across long distances.
There was a roar and a coldness. I think my husband was with me. What was my husband's name? My husband's name. Do you know it? How strange. I don't remember. It was horrible to see his face when I died. His eyes were two blackbirds, and they flew to me. I said, no, stay where you are. He needs you in order to see. When I got through the cold, they made me swim in a river, and I forgot his name. I forgot all the names. I know his name starts with my mouth shaped like a ball of twine. Or I forget. They took me to a tiny boat. I only just fit inside. I looked at the oars and I wanted to cry. I tried to cry, but I just drooled a little. I'll try now. What happiness it would be to cry. I was not lonely, only alone with myself, begging myself not to leave my own body, but I was leaving. Goodbye, head, I said. It inclined itself a little, as though to nod to me in a solemn kind of way. How do you say goodbye to yourself? A train.
Station is like a train, but there is no train. The train has wheels that are not wheels.
They're the opposite of wheels, the opposite of smoke, and the opposite of a train.
I'm waiting for someone to meet me, I think.
Eurydice?
At last, a porter to meet me. Do you know where the bank is? I need money. I've only just arrived. I need to exchange my money at the bureau de change. I didn't bring any traveler's checks because I left in such a hurry. They didn't even let me pack my suitcase. There's nothing in it. That's funny, right? Funny. I suppose I could buy new clothes here. I would really love a bath.
Eurydice.
What is that language you're speaking? It gives me tingles. Say it again.
Eurydice.
Ooh, it's like a fruit. Again.
Eurydice, I'm your father.
Eurydice, I'm your father. How funny. You remind me of something, but I can't understand a word you're saying. Say it again.
Your father.
Shut up! She doesn't understand you. She's dead now too. You have to speak in the language of the stones.
When you were alive, I was your father.
My father?
Father's not a word the dead people understand. He's what we call subversive.
When you were alive, I was your tree.
My tree. Yes, the tall one in the backyard. I used to sit all day in its shade. Ah, there. Shade.
Is there a problem here?
Is there any entertainment at the hotel? Any dancing ladies like with the great big fans?
I named you Eurydice. Your mother named all the other children, but Eurydice, I chose for you.
Be careful, sir.
Eurydice, I wanted to remember your name. I asked the stones, but they said, forget the names. The names make you remember.
We told you how it works.
One day it would not stop raining. I heard your name inside the rain. Somewhere between the drops, I saw falling letters. Each letter of your name. I began to translate. E, I remembered elephants. U, I remembered ulcers and under. R, I remembered reindeer. I saw them putting their black noses in snow. Y, youth and yellow. D, dog, dig, daughter, day, time poured into my head. Days of the week, hours, months.
The tree talks so beautifully.
Don't listen!
I feel suddenly hungry. Where's the porter who met me at the station?
Here I am.
I would like a continental breakfast, please. Some rolls and butter. Ooh, and some jam. Please take my suitcase to my room if you would.
I'm sorry, miss, but there are no rooms here.
What? No rooms. Where do people sleep?
People don't sleep here.
I have to say, I'm very disappointed. It's been such a tiring day. I've been traveling all day. First on a train, then on an elevator that rained. I thought someone would meet me at the station.
Don't cry.
Don't cry. I don't know where I am, and there are all these stones, and I hate them. They're horrible. I want a bath. I thought someone would meet me at the station.
Don't be sad. I'll take your luggage to your room.
There are no rooms!
Dear Eurydice, I miss you. No, it's not enough. Dear Eurydice, a symphony for 12 instruments. Orpheus.
Thank you. That will do. Oh, I suppose you want a pick. Would you want a bat for me?
Yes, miss.
Dear Eurydice, I love you. I'm going to find you. I play the saddest music now that you're gone. You know I hate writing letters. I'll give this letter to a worm, and I hope he finds you. Love, Orpheus.
There's a letter for you, miss.
A letter?
A letter. It's addressed to you.
There's dirt on it.
Miss, what is it? Would you like me to read you the letter?
Read you the letter?
You can't do it with your feet. It's addressed to Eurydice. That's you.
That's you.
You. It says, I love you.
I love you.
It's like your tree.
Tall. Green.
It's like sitting in the shade.
Oh,
It's like sitting in the shade with your clothes on.
oh. Yes.
I'm going to find you. I play the saddest music.
Music?
It's like that.
Go on.
You know I hate writing letters. I'll give this letter to a worm. I hope he finds you. Love, Orpheus.
Orpheus?
Orpheus.
That word. It's like I can't breathe. Orpheus. My husband.
I dreamed that we climbed Mount Olympus and we started to make love. And all the strands of your hair were little faucets and water was streaming out of your hair. And I said, why is water coming out of your head? And you said, gravity is very compelling. And then we jumped off Mount Olympus and flew through the clouds, and you held your knee to your chest because you skinned it on a sharp rock. Then I woke up, and the window frightened me, and I thought, Eurydice is dead. Then I thought, who is Eurydice? Then the whole room started to float, and I thought, what are people? Then my bedclothes smiled at me with a crooked green mouth, and I thought, who am I? It scares me, Eurydice. Please come back. Love, Orpheus.
Did you get my letters?
No. You wrote me letters?
You did.
What did they say?
Oh, nothing much. The usual stuff.
Tell me the names of my mother and brothers and sisters.
I don't think that's a good idea. It'll make you sad.
I want to know.
It's a long time to be sad.
I'd rather be sad.
Being sad is not allowed. Act like a stone.
Teach me an art.
Ostracized. The Greeks decided to advantage. They were the name of the Spanish prison on a piece of white pottery called ostracon.
Astrakhan. Another.
Peripatetic, from the Greek. It means to walk slowly, speaking of weighty matters in your feet.
Peripatetic. A learned fruit wandering through the snow. Another.
Defunct.
Defunct.
It means dead in a very abrupt way. Not the way I died, which was slowly, but all at once. Kappa boots.
Tell me a story when you were little.
Well, there was the time your uncle shot at me with a BB gun and I was mad, so I swallowed a rusty nail. Then there was the time I went to a dude ranch and I was riding a horse and I lost the car and the lady driving the car got out and spanked me. And your grandmother spanked me too.
Remember that Christmas when she got me a doll? And I said, if I see one more doll, I'm going to throw up.
Your grandmother was surprised when you said that.
Tell me a story about your mother.
The most vivid recollections I have of Mother were seeing her in the house and at parties playing piano. When she was younger, she was extremely animated. She could really play the piano. She could play everything by ear. They called her Flaming Sally.
I never saw Grammy play the piano.
She was never the same after my father died. Now, my father was a very gentle man.
Tell me a story about your father.
My father and I used to duck hunt out by the Mississippi River. He'd call up old friends the night before and ask, where are the ducks moving tonight? Old friends, we could really call the ducks. It was hard for me to kill the poor little ducks, but you get caught up in the fur growth and you could get as many as 10 ducks. Now, if you went over the limit and there were only so many ducks per person, Father'd throw the ducks to the side of the creek we were paddling on and make sure there was no game warden. The warden was gone, you'd run back and get the extra ducks and throw them back in the car. My father was never a great conversationalist, but he loved to rhapsodize about hunting. He always said, if I ever die, it's in a duck pond. And he did.
There was something I always wanted to ask you. A story or someone's name. I forget.
Don't worry, you'll remember. There's plenty of time.
Dear Eurydice, I wonder if you miss reading books in the underworld.
What are you? What do you do? What do you do? Say something. I hate you. Damn you.
We two alone will sing like birds in the cage. When thou dost ask my blessing, I'll kneel down and ask of thee forgiveness. So we'll live and pray and sing.
For Eurydice? E-U-R-Y? Yep, that's right. No, there's no last name. It's not like that. What? No, I don't know the country. I don't know the city either. I don't know the street. Look, I just don't know. I mean, it probably starts with a vowel. Could you just, would you mind checking, please? I would really appreciate it. You can't enter a name without a city? Well, why not? Well, thank you for trying. You have a nice day too. Wait, miss! It's a special case. She's dead. Uh-huh. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for trying. You have a nice day too. I'll find you. Don't move.
Teach me another.
Wouldn't I-
Actually, tell me a story of when you were little.
Well, there was my first piano recital. I got rhythm. I played the first few chords and then I couldn't remember the rest. I ran out of the room and locked myself in the bathroom.
Then what happened?
My grandmother pulled me out of the bathroom and made me apologize to everyone in the auditorium. I never played piano after that. But I still remember the first four chords. Let's see. Da da dee da, da da dee da, da da dee da.
What are the words?
I can't remember. Let's see. Da da dee da, 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 da da dee da.
What is that noise? Stop singing.
Stop singing.
Neither of you can carry a tune. It's absolutely awful.
Dead people can't sing.
I'm not a very good singer.
Neither am I.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I am Lord of the Underworld.
Very funny.
I am. Prove it. I can do chin-ups inside your bones. Close your eyes.
Ow!
See? You're pretty.
You're little.
I grow downward, like a turnip.
What do you want?
I wanted to see if you were comfortable. You're not itchy.
No.
That's good. Sometimes our residents get itchy. Then I scratch them.
I'm not itchy.
What's all this string?
It's my room.
Rooms are not allowed. Tell her.
Rooms are not allowed.
Who made your room?
My father.
Fathers are not allowed. Where is he?
He's at work.
Oh. We'll have to dip you in the river again and make sure you're good and dunked.
Please don't.
Say that again. It's nice.
Please don't.
Say it in my ear.
Please don't.
I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. I mean that in the nicest possible way.
I have a husband.
Husbands are for children. You need a lover. I'll be back. See that she's comfortable.
We will.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. I'm growing. Can you tell? I'm growing.
If a drop of water enters the soil at a particular pitch with a particular angle, what's to say a man can't ride one note down to earth like a fireman's pole? Eurydice, did you hear that? That's the note. That one, right there.
Orpheus never liked words. He had his music. He would get this funny look on his face, and I would say, "What are you thinking about?" And he would always be thinking about music. If we were in a restaurant sometimes, Orpheus would look sullen and wouldn't talk to me. And I thought people felt sorry for me. I should have realized women envied me. Their husbands talked too much. But I wanted to talk to him about my notions. I was working on a new philosophical system. It involved hats. But this is what it is to love an artist. The moon is always rising above your house. The houses of your neighbors look dull and lacking in the moonlight. But he's always going away from you. Inside his head, there's always something more beautiful. Orpheus said that the mind is a slide ruler. It can fit around anything. Words mean anything. Show me your body, he said. It only means one thing.
Eurydice, before I go down there, I won't practice my music. Some say practice, but practice is a word invented by cowards. A gazelle does not run for practice. He runs because he's hungry or scared. A bird doesn't sing for practice. She sings because she's happy or sad. So I say, store it up. The music sounds better in my head than it does in the world. When songs are pressing against my throat, then, only then, I will go down and sing for the devils, and they will cry through their parched throats. Eurydice, don't kiss a dead man. Their lips look red and tempting, but put your tongue in their mouths and it tastes like oatmeal. I know how much you hate oatmeal. Ugh. I'm going the way of death. Here's my plan. Tonight, when I go to bed, I will turn off the light and put a straw in my mouth. When I fall asleep, I will crawl through the straw, and my breath will push me into the darkness like a great wind, and I will sing your name, and I will arrive. I've consulted the almanacs, the footstools, and the architects, and everyone agrees I found the right note. Wait for me. Love, worthless.
I got a letter from Orpheus.
What did he say?
He says he's going to come find me.
How?
He's going to sing.
Someone's knocking.
Who is it?
Who is it?
No one knocks.
That's a door.
Of the dead.
Who are you?
I am Orpheus.
I am Lord of the Underworld.
But you're so young.
Don't be rude.
Sorry. Did you like my music?
No, I prefer happy music with a nice beat.
Oh.
You've come for Eurydice.
Yes!
And you thought singing would get you through the gates of hell.
See here, I want my wife. What do I have to do?
You'll have to do more than sing.
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
Start walking home. Your wife just might be on the road behind you. As you walk, keep your eyes facing front. If you look back at her, poof, she's gone.
I can't look at her?
No.
Why?
Because.
Because I look straight ahead. That's all?
Yes.
That's easy.
Good.
I hear him at the gates. That's his music. He's come to save me.
Do you want to go with him?
Of course. Oh, you'll be lonely, won't you?
No, you should go to your husband. You should have grandchildren. He'll come down and meet you one day.
Are you sure?
You should love your family till the graves grow dust on their purple faces. I'll take you to him.
Now?
It's for the best. Was that it? Shoulders aren't very broad. Can you take care of you? For sure.
Yes.
Listen, there's one thing you need to know. If he turns around and sees you, you'll die a second death. Those are the rules. Just step carefully and don't cry out.
I won't.
Goodbye, Eurydice.
I'll come back to you. I seem to keep dying.
Don't let him take you too long the second time. Hold your breath.
I'll look for a tree.
I'll write you letters.
Where will I find them?
I don't know. I'll think of something. Goodbye, Eurydice.
Goodbye.
up now, Eurydice?
Face forward. Keep walking.
I'm afraid.
Your husband's waiting for you, Eurydice.
I don't recognize him. That's a stranger.
Go on, it's him.
I want to go home. I want my father.
You're all grown up now. You have a husband.
Orpheus, he braved the gates of hell to find you.
He played the saddest music.
Even we, the
The
stones, cried when we heard it.
That's Orpheus?
Yes,
that's him.
Where is his music?
It's
It's in your head.
Orpheus?
Startled me.
I'm sorry.
Why?
I don't know.
You
I can never
always
spell the word
clapped your
rhythm.
hands.
It's such
On
a
the
difficult
turkey.
word to spell.
You couldn't wait till the fourth.
R-Y.
Remember?
No, there's an
I
H in
tried
it
to teach
somewhere.
you.
A breath.
You were always
Riff.
one step ahead of the music.
Riff.
Your sense of rhythm,
Riff.
it was off. I would say clap on the downbeat. No, the downbeat. It's dangerous not to have a sense of rhythm. You lose things when you can't keep a simple beat. Why did you have to say my name? Eurydice!
I'm sorry.
I know. We used to fight. Seems so silly now if...
If ifs and ands were pots and pans, there'd be no need for tinkers.
Why?
If ifs and ands were pots and pans, there'd be no need for tinkers.
Eurydice.
I think I see the gates, the stones, the boat. It all looks so familiar. The stones look so happy to see me.
Don't look.
Wow, that's the happiest I've ever seen them.
Think of the things
Everything
we
is so
did.
gray. It looks
We
familiar.
went ice skating.
Like home. Our house is gray.
I wore
with
a
a
red
red door.
sweater.
We had 2 cats and 2 dogs and 2 fish that died.
Will you talk to me?
The train looks like the opposite of a train.
Eurydice. Eurydice, we've known each other for centuries. I want to reminisce. Remember when you wanted your name in a song, so I put your name in a song? When I sang my music at the gates of hell, I was singing your name over and over.
Finally, some peace.
And quiet.
Like the old days.
No music,
no conversations. How about that?
Eurydice is gone. It will be a second death for me.
Please, sir, I'm tired.
Do you understand the love a father has for his daughter?
Love is a big, funny word that people should be seen and not heard.
curse and remember to forget.
It's not difficult.
He told you how it works. Dip yourself in the river.
Dip yourself in the river.
Dip yourself in the river.
I need directions.
That's ridiculous.
There are no directions.
I remember. Take the Tri-State South 294 to Route 88 West. Take Route 88 West to Route 80. Go over a bridge. In 3 miles, you'll come to the exit for Middle Road. Proceed 3 to 4 miles. Duck Creek Park will be on the right. Take a left on Fernwood Avenue. Continue straight on Fernwood past 2 intersections. Fernwood will curve to the right, leading you to Forest Road. Take a left on Forest Road. Go 2 blocks past the first entrance to the alley on the right. Take the second entrance. And 100 yards. A red brick house will be on the right. Look for the Illinois license plates. Inside the house, go to the living room. Look outside the window. You'll see the lights on the Mississippi River. Take off your shoes. Walk down the hill. You'll pass a tree grifter climbing on the right. Cross the road. Watch for traffic. Cross the train tracks. Catfish are sleeping in the mud on your right. Roll up your jeans. Count to 10. Put your feet in the river. And swim.
Where is my room? Where is my room? Answer me!
It's none of our business.
What are you doing here?
You should be with your husband.
Up there?
Where is my father? Why is he sleeping? I've come back.
He can't hear you.
He can't see you.
What are you talking about?
He dipped himself in the river. He dipped himself in the river.
He dipped himself in the river.
My father did not dip himself in the river.
He
did.
We saw him.
Listen, I'll teach you the words. Then we'll remember each other again. We'll start with my name. Eurydice. E. U.
He can't hear you.
He can't see you.
I hate you. I've always hated you. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Listen, I'll tell you a story. Stone, rock, tree, rock, stone.
He can't hear you.
He can't remember you.
I hate you. I've always hated you.
Go ahead. Try and hit us. You break your fist. You'll hurt your hand.
Is there a problem here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
You chose to stay with us, huh? Good. Perhaps to be my bride.
I already told you, you're too young.
I'll be the judge of that. I've grown.
Yes, I see that.
I'm ready to be a man now. I'm ready to be a man.
Please, leave me alone.
I'll have them start preparing the satins and silks. You can't refuse me. I've made my choice.
Can I at least have a moment to prepare myself?
Don't be long. The wedding songs are already being written. They're very quiet. Inaudible, you might say. A dirt-filled orchestra for my bride. Don't trouble the songs with your music, I say. The song is two dead bodies rubbing under the covers to keep warm.
better comb your hair.
You better find a veil.
I don't need a veil. I need a pen.
Pens are forbidden here.
I need a pencil then.
Pencils too.
Damn, you will dip you in the river.
Too late, too late.
There must be a pen. There must be. A pen. Dear Orpheus, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. I was afraid. I'm not worthy of you, but I still love you, I think. Don't try to find me again. You would be lonely for music. I want you to be happy. I want you to marry again. I'm going to write out instructions for your next wife. To my husband's next wife. Be gentle. Be sure to comb his hair when it's wet. Do not fail to notice that his face blushes pink, like a bride's, when you kiss him. Give him lots to eat. He forgets to eat and he gets cranky. When he is sad, kiss his forehead and I will thank you. Because he's a young prince and his robes are too heavy on him. His crown falls down around his eyes. I'll give this letter to a word. I hope he finds you. Your